In this class, we would be seeing what is ping. So ping is used to check the network connectivity between two or more devices. So basically, ping expands to packet internet grouper. So the ping is the most commonly used command by the network engineers to check the reachability between two different devices. So if the ping is success, it means the connectivity is good. If not, there is some issue. So probably 80% of the network engineers they start the troubleshooting with this command called ping. Let's talk about some more common basic things about ping. So what is ping and how it works is basically a very simple procedure. Ping sends a packet called ICMP echo request and waits to receive something called ICMP echo reply. So the ping command tests the connectivity by sending a packet to the destination IP and expecting a reply. So let's take an example of two routers. So basically how to check whether I can ping from this router to that router. Basically I use a command called ping here with router 2's IP address, and if it's successful it means the connectivity is good, if not it's not good. More formally, the ping command uses something called ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. You can imagine about a truck. So basically a truck is your ping, nothing but a utility. The actual content, the actual job is done by the container, right? The value of that truck based on the what are the things in container. Similarly, ping has something called ICMP protocol which runs inside ping, and basically ICMP will help you to check the network connectivity. One more important thing is that ping does not uses any kind of application layer protocol. Ping don't have a port number. Ping does not use TCP or UDP. The command for ping is very simple. Just type ping and give the IP address of the destination. You can also use the destination or the neighboring network device host name instead of just using the IP address. For example, let me show you how to ping google.com. Go to press control, I'm sorry, Windows R, type CMD, type ping space google.com. You can see the result, right? There, and it shows that my PC got the reply from this IP address. Oh, who is he? Actually, this guy is the IP address of google.com. This is the number of bytes which I have sent, basically the size of ICMP packet. For the first packet, it took 4 milliseconds and the time to live is 116. Basically, it shows you how many hops it has crossed. You have to find out how many hops. You simply reduce it by 255. So 255 minus 116 will give you number of networks my particular packet has crossed to reach that destination. So basically, the Microsoft computer it sends out 4 packets. Now result shows the packet sent is 4 and received is 4. Of course, I sent 4, I received 4. So the loss percentage is what? 0%. Very easy. So these 4 are ICMP echo request. On the bottom you can see. And these are my ICMP echo reply. This shows us the minimum, average and maximum time it took. Here you can see out of these 4 packets, it took minimum time of 4 milliseconds. Same you can see here. A maximum is 20 milliseconds. Same you can see here. The average is what? Add all the timers, divide by 4, you will get timers. Very easy. So when you do the ping lab on your GNS 3, you would probably do like something like this. You will have a PCA here, PCB here. From PCA, you type ping space the PCB's IP address. You'll get results something like this. Now you can compare this with the old lab which we do with the command prompt. It shows 6 packets transmitted, 6 packets received. It shows the minimum time, average time, maximum time. It shows round trip time. Round trip time means the time this particular frame took to reach the destination and bring back something called ICMP reply. So the time you're seeing is actually the round trip time. It's not just the time for me to reach the destination alone. Let's do a small lab on this. Let me take my lab R1 and R2 alone. I'm going to show you how the ping works. Just type ping R2's IP address. There you go. If you see exclamation mark, it means ping is working good. If I try to ping any IP which is not in the network, for example 12.003, the ping just will not work. Let's go a step ahead and see what is going on in this link. So I always teach something like this. I always teach CCNA plus Wireshark. A lot of people have a question, what is Wireshark? So Wireshark is basically a packet capturing tool which actually captures the packet which is flowing inside this link, which makes understanding more practical. Let me open my Wireshark capture. Let me stop this. Do right click, click on start capture. Good. Okay, so it loads up something like this. So in this particular Wireshark capture, you can see the frames or packets, whatever going in between R1 and R2 from R1 router FA0/0 interface to R2's FA0/1. Now let me filter my traffic based on the protocol. For example, if I here I type loop, sorry, if I type OSPF, you can filter all OSPF traffic. If you are typing loop, you can filter all your loop traffic. As I told you, ping uses ICMP. I'm going to filter with the help of ICMP. Let me try pinging from this guy to that guy. Now here you can see the hits coming, right? Totally how many hits are there? Total 10 packets. Why 10 packets? Because R1 sent to R2 an ICMP echo request. R2 sent back to R1 ICMP echo reply. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packets. Same you can see here. I sent R1, which is IP address is 12.001, send the packet to 12.002, and that guy replied me back. So let's open this cover. Here you can see my Ethernet header, which basically has the source MAC address and destination MAC address, which is equivalent to the interface FA0/0's MAC address. To confirm this, just type show interface FA0/0 slightly upwards. Here you can see the MAC address. You can compare with my source MAC address. That's exactly same. That's good. Let's close this. Open this one. My IP version 4 shows that I'm using ICMP protocol number 1. My time to live is 255. Means this ping packet ICMP packet can flow up to 255 hops. My source IP is 12.001. Destination IP is 12.002. Close this. This is the actual ICMP packet. Here it says type is 8 and it's using ICMP ping request. In my document, I showed you that I'm waiting for a reply called ICMP echo reply. Let me show you that here. For this ICMP echo request, let me close this. My next router replied back with what? ICMP echo reply. So each ICMP echo request, you will get ICMP echo reply. You can see here. When I click this, it will keep on saying it. That's good. So thank you for watching our classes. My class will be like this. For all my CCNA studies and labs, I'll be using Wireshark. That's why my course name is CCNA plus Wireshark. I don't teach only CCNA, which excludes all the Wireshark concepts. Wireshark is very cool and very important thing, and you will get to know each and every bit of networking and CCNA topics. Thank you for watching my videos. Keep supporting.